Hey everyone, just out here looking at my two mowers, figuring out which one we're going to get going. Actually, I am going to end up fixing both of them. This one here needs the roller, and this one here I need the gears and the cutter bar. So I decided to go get my parts. I went over and got my my cutter bar. That was just a whole nother complete cluster. But anyhow, I did get my parts. I was allowed over and got my things. And then so I got everything in, and everything's good shape, so that's good. That's exactly what I need. But these are the idlers I need. I need 3 of these idlers. So these here are like what are they, 150, 175, $175 US they want a piece for these without the bearings. And then these hubs here, you know, used, they want 450 a hub. Just the gear with that spindle on it, just the gear and spindle without the cover and the bearing. The bearing alone is $250. And the hub they want new from Egco is like $950 for near $1,000. So anyhow, I bought everything. Everything's here. For whatever reason, they've taken all these idlers out, which is better for me because they're already out. So which is good. So this here is actually an 8309, which is a 9-foot cutter bar. I didn't care because all I need is the gears. They're all the same. So this one is really nice shape, the cover. Now this one over here, the one I got to fix, through the years has been broke and they welded it. It's just a mess. So what I'm going to do, I mean, yeah, I could just throw it together. And what they did was the cover has been broke and they had the hub on there. This is the gear that came out of it. You can see I got, this one's not bad shape. There's one little chip, but I'm going to change it anyhow. There's right there. One little tiny nick taken out of that gear, but we're just going to put a new one on it. And but anyways, they've welded this. It's all been broke to pieces. So what I'm going to do is take that cover there. It's the same. I've already measured it up, make sure the bolts are all the same way, and cut all this all out. Take your skids all off, and then I will take it wherever I decide to cut it, and I'm going to cut the cover and take the same piece off the other one, so it all lines up, bolts back down, your gear goes in the same place, and then I can MIG weld it all in. So that's what my my intentions are. And then I have a brand new cover here, or you know, a straight cover with the right bolt pattern and everything. This is just a mess. They had that in there, and look, they had it all welded in, and it's been welded all through the years. So this is the dry side, so that side does take the beating. But I mean, they didn't really care. I mean, I just assumed. I tried to buy a whole new cover, and at the junkyard they wanted well, a new one, a new cover. You have to buy both sides. It's $4,500 just for the casing. So the junkyard, the salvage yard, they wanted $2,500. Wouldn't sell you just the top. You had to buy top bottom. I said, well, I'm not buying a $2,500 cover. So this way here, I bought all this here whole cutter bar with all the gears and everything. And then mind you, if you parted it out, there's, you know, $5,000 worth of parts in there. But I bought this whole set, everything for, you know, skids, the whole works for $500. So yeah, I mean, it's more than junk price for sure, but it's still, I needed it. So, but that's all I'm going to do. I'll take this into here, and you can see right where that Allen key was, the same as the Allen key in the other place, on the other bar, and then just cut the cover off and then MIG it together. So basically, once it's all bolted down, the weld isn't really for strength, it's more for just to seal it so the oil doesn't leak out of it. But these all have sealed bearings in them, so they don't hold much oil. It only holds 2.5 quarts, so it tells you. So yeah, but anyway, these here are the big ones that I needed, and one hub. So, and for whatever reason, your end hubs are different than these here hubs, different part number, so there's something different about them, so just got to be careful. So I need an end hub for that one, and you know, so that's what I'll do. Just take an end hub off. The other ones all look good, but I'm going to pull the rest all out. I'm going to take it all apart because I want to make sure it's all cleaned out, and then because I don't want any pieces in it, and then that ends up going back through it. So looks like a big job. It's really not that bad. I could have her going probably the end of the weekend, and I go right at it. But you know me, I just work away. What I should do is hook to it with the tractor, take it down, pressure wash it all out good, and then get started. But once I pull the gears all out, take all the hubs back out of it, you know, one there. See, I'm missing there's stuck in there. So, right there, you see the big chunks missing out of this one. Right, so we got some that are missing, some that aren't. There was 3 gears I needed, but we're gonna take. There's out in there. Maybe it's 4 gears. Can't remember now. Anyway, we're gonna pull the rest out. I think it was good right to here. I went this far just to see how many more pieces were gone. Usually that's what happens. A piece goes and it goes straight across your bar. But I have all the pieces, so put her together, see what happens. At least then, you know, I didn't want to take the rollers out of this one, put it in the other one, because these are a different style roller. I didn't realize that till after. And so I need a roller to match that one. But I did find an outfit in Manitoba that sells 2 brand new rollers. They build them. They're like a copy of a MacDon type roller. And $1,800 for 2 rollers, which isn't bad. You know, I'd rather spend $1,800 on that than a used piece of a cover. You know what I mean? Oh, and then you had 2 brand new rollers with the bearings in it. If I had to go that route, so we'll see. This one here is a newer mower. It's better shape. You know, it's not beat up, the tin work stuff on it. But then you'd have a spare mower the same size, right? So that's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, no. So I overgot the stuff. You know, the way things are, it's understandable. They all have a job to do. But I called. I thought I did my due diligence, and I called to get pre-approved to be able to go, because from what everybody told me, you know, farmers were essential workers. I guess not, according to them. So anyways, I called, and they said that, first they said no, and then when I said that, you know, I run farm plates and I farm, and I thought you're allowed to, and I mean, my truck is licensed up, so I have to cross the scales. So no matter what, I mean, that's commercial. And they said, yep, no, you're good to go then. If you're licensed over 4,500 kgs and you have farm plates, I mean, it's for business, you're able to cross. So I, you know, that's what I went by. So when I showed up there, I tried to go across scales. You know, they wouldn't let me any other time. They're begging you to go in there and weigh you. They said, nope, you got to go over to the you know, where they talk you and check you out, make sure you're not sick and stuff. So I went over there, and then you know, then the hollering starts, right? You know, people just, you know, they got a job to do. I understand that. I stay calm. You know, they can holler and scream all they want, but you know, I called. I thought I called. They told me I was approved. The way I look at it, you know, I didn't have a piece of paper saying I was approved, but I called and they told me, nope, you don't need anything. You know, you're allowed to go for commercial. So I got there, you know, and they said no, and you know, what do you do, right? So anyways, after a little bit of talking there, they said, well, we'll let you go this time, but don't come back. So I was able to get over. I said, I haven't had food with me. You know, I didn't have to stop anywhere. Didn't need fuel. So you straight over, pick my stuff up, and get out of there. So that's what I did. And then when I got back to New Brunswick, it was even worse. So, you know, I got here, and then basically they didn't even want to let me back into my own province. So same thing, screaming and going. I don't know why people have to start that way. I mean, they get a little bit of authority, and then they just start screaming, you know. I go there, I don't have paperwork, it is what it is, you know. Nice if you did. Didn't know I had to have it, told me I didn't need it. So I show up there, and then, you know, to tell me that, you know, we're just farmers. Well, you know, you take that for what it is, right? You know, that's quite an attitude, just farmers. I mean, we're the ones that are feeding everybody, you know. Tell that to my couple hundred hamburger customers I got here, that we're just farmers. I mean, they appreciate that you're actually doing something for them, but, you know, whatever. Simple, just no, you can turn your back. That is what it is. But I mean, if you've already been over there and you're going back home, you know, it's already done. You know, so apparently you've been accepted over, so I was accepted over under commercial. You know, even the big lectures or whatever, nonetheless, I still get over. I got my stuff, and then you go back home and then you listen to that, you know. So anyway, I stayed calm, get through it. I mean, basically, you know, when you go through under commercial, then you don't have to quarantine, because, you know, you're just like the trucks. Well, the trucks are going back and forth, right? So anyhow, they take your address down and license and things, and, you know, I had other people, they said that you'll never get over, and I said, well, that's why I called, right? I always call. I called the bridge first, and then I called their hotline they gave me, talked to a person, and everything was good on that end. And then you get there, and then, you know, you basically got too many people and not everybody's communicating, right? So, you know, but we don't need to listen to the lecture that we're just farmers. You know, anybody can be a farmer. You have no proof you're a farmer. Well, you know, there's F plates on that truck. I mean, they just don't give them to people. The fire, that stands for farm, of course, anybody that doesn't know. And I mean, I got more licenses for cattle premises licenses, and I got to have a license to farm you buy every year. You know, I got cards that, you know, I don't even know what they're for. And so, I mean, you're hauling that out, and then you say, no, like, anybody can do that. Well, you know, is what it is, right? You know, hey, it doesn't matter. I got my stuff. That's all that matters. You know, and I mean, I'm not saying nothing bad about any of them. I mean, they all have a job to do, right? So, and they did their job. So, you know, that's the screening process. But nonetheless, I still was able to get through. So, I'm happy. All I wanted was my parts, right? If not, then I would just get somebody to have to pick them up. But I mean, 5-hour drive, right? So anyhow, I got my stuff. We'll get at it this weekend, and I'm glad I did, because I got there. The stuff was already paid for. Of course, he didn't send me an invoice, you know, email me an invoice or anything, so it was all paid for. And then I get there and get it all loaded on the truck, and he says, "Is that stuff even paid for?" And I said, "Yeah, it's all paid for." But I said, "I need an invoice so I can get back home with it to prove why I was here." And he says, "Oh, I don't know where it be." So the lesson learned: if you buy something, make sure they send you a picture of the invoice, do something. I didn't have to pay again or any of that stuff. It was already on the truck. I wasn't paying again. All I had to do was get my bank account, and I could show them the bank statement where they took the money. But there was a little bit of a argument there over that. So anyhow, it all worked out, and I got my stuff, and I got out of there. I understand they get busy too, right? But you got to be organized enough to keep the receipts straight. That if someone tells you, you know, you keep this here until I'm able to come, and you say yes, then you should keep a slip somewhere in your drawer that you know exactly where it is. But anyhow, I got my slip. I got it home. I'm happy, you know. Like I say, I got enough parts to put this together and enough for spares or to sell, whatever I want to do. So, and then I have the other mower there, so I can go back and forth to make sure everything's timed up, right? So that one hasn't been taken apart. So anyways, it all worked out, and hopefully we'll have this going here in a day or two. So we'll talk at you later.